What's going on, Andy? How you doing tonight, buddy?
Yo, 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 what's going on, Scott? Hey,
Rock
not
and
too
rolling,
much.
man. We took in had a small change of plans tonight. This is Rolling Thunder, episode 21, and we had a guest have some stuff come up last minute with some changes, and Casey went out to dinner with everyone. So we popped in our special guest tonight, our good friend and multiple time guest, our CigarJoe's with us tonight. What's up, everybody?
Hello, everyone.
What's
Good
going
evening.
on, Joe?
We've got an insane amount of people in the chat room already. What's up, Dave and his wife Larissa and 14 4-volt guys and all those other knuckleheads. What's up, everybody? But yeah, episode 21. So I figure we already got 10 people in here, 11 people watching right now. So I figure we'll let some AMA action go on tonight. We'll shoot the breeze, talking some car audio, and burn an hour. What do you guys think?
Sounds like a plan, man. Sounds like a plan.
Perfect.
I'm going to say it again like I start off most Fridays. Thank goodness it's Friday today, guys.
It's been a long week, but you know what? Still got more to go.
So what's up? What's new with you guys? Anything going on? Anything new in life? Car stereo stuff, not car stereo stuff, work stuff?
I'm sure you've seen on Facebook. I did a little install today with the duals. That was
Yeah.
nice. I wanted to do that for a future
Yeah,
video.
look cool.
Actually, I want to
Look
play
really
real quick, actually.
Thanks, man.
How does it sound?
It's not bad. It's probably like a 33, 35 if I would use my ear meter. It's not bad. I mean, it's like what I remember, but
sure.
sounded louder then, back in 2006 or 7. So
Yeah, but you're like directly comparing it to Cookie Monster.
Right. And witnessing 160s back then, you didn't even know what a 160 was,
Bro, I was in the 4th grade and sat in the demo vehicle my dad was working on. It was a Lightning Audio S10, and it had 4 X210s, an extended cab S10, and a 4 Rockford T4000s. I bet I think you've heard me talk about it before.
Yeah.
And that truck did a 155 sealed, and I remember it was like 2000. It was 2006, yeah. And at the time, like, they were like, dude, this can stop your freaking heart. Like, this could freaking kill somebody, And I drive if you don't have 155 dB driving around right now, you're like, what are you doing?
Right.
But no,
Come on, man. That hurts right there, man. That hurts.
I'm talking smack. Yeah, there's the dual setup. It looks pretty. I'm gonna blow her up.
Heck yeah, I thought it was always like a cool looking system, especially for the price you were paying even back then. And now I think they're $259, but they're a different style. I like the older style. This is the exact same box and enclosure that I had, but I never had the amplifier. I would have it hooked up to like the LEDs to flash with the music, but you got to watch because you burn them out when you put too big of an amplifier on them, and that's what happened to mine. So I wound up just getting rid of the box eventually. I sold it for like $20, and man, that hurts now because it's like I should have never sold them. So, but the one sub blew. So
gotcha.
I threw a few different sets in there, which that box does work for not just the duals, but nothing crazy. You can't throw a Sundown Type X in there.
If you
throw some
inverted-
kicker
if you
comps or
inverted some
something.
speakers in it, it'd probably get more sealed chamber size. But
It's a reverse. It's a reversed order. So like the ported section's bigger than the seal, or the sealed section's bigger than a ported, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like a reverse or a negative order, whatever you want to call it. It's not bad. I mean, it actually kind of does like 37 to like 42 hertz. Obviously, it's the loudest at like probably like 48, 49. But I
Sick.
found a weird 26 hertz out of the vehicle. It actually started kind of shaking the doors just a little bit. I'm like,
oh
ooh,
wow,
I don't remember that. I never played that low when I was young. Who played that low? Not me.
I hate to be that guy. I'm gonna say it. I think it would look cool if you box mounted that amp in between the terminals.
Yeah.
It's not gonna kill it. So I mean, like, come on.
Right. Yeah, I was thinking that. The only reason I didn't is because I'm going to test it with it just sitting in there, and then eventually I'm going to take that amp off, and I'm going to throw it on the dyno. So probably in one
sick.
video. Like,
If you have
I'll
the
figure
term
out
live
then.
and you're doing it, you're gonna be testing it. You should like throw. I think it'd be cool to see. You have that brick stack of Alpine MRP 500s or MRV 500s. You should take that, do it, see what it meters in the car with that, and then do a direct comparison to the Alpine.
right. Yeah. The only reason I wouldn't want to do that, I don't want to blow them. I really
didn't think about
don't.
it being a lot of power for those subs. How more
Yeah.
than that, dude?
Like a little burp. It says 600 RMS for the pair, 1100 watts max. You know how that goes.
MRP 500, bro.
Right.
What's
It
watch
should.
It's a 2 ohm load. That's what
It's a dumb 4 ohm load, and because
Bro.
they're 8 ohm speakers, right? So
Let's see.
yeah. I got plenty of 2 channels and 4 channels though that I could run on it.
Bro,
Just
let's see
looking
what
right
that
now,
does,
man.
bro.
I don't know.
Let's see what
so-
it's rated for at freaking. It's 300 watts RMS at 4 ohms, Andy. I bet you it outdoes the dual.
Probably.
I'm not knocking on it. I think it'd be a cool comparison video.
Right, because I used to have it on a Kenwood 9106D amplifier, and it did 500 RMS at 4 ohms. So I had a little bit more power, and it lasted for a long time. Problem was the gain got turned up by someone. It wasn't me, of course not.
No, looking back at it now too, there's like multiple times looking back at tuning amps, and I just recall myself being that guy, and I'm like, the gain is just like all the way up, I never really used the bass boost. I knew the bass boost was bad, but I've had my fair share of cracked gains.
Yeah. What do you think about bass boost, Joe?
I don't like to use them at all. Keep it on 0. Keep it on 0.
I don't mind it on like maybe smaller amplifiers. Like say if you got an amplifier, it's not big enough for your woofer, and obviously you're not going to like kill it by clipping it, and you want it to sound a little bit louder at a lower volume. Like some people don't like their mids and highs at their full potential and their woofer at full potential at the same volume, like full tilt boogie. They like to have their bass kicking hard and like their mids and highs, not screaming at them per se. Like my girl, she doesn't like her music blaring. So I almost have to tune it a different way, where it's like it sounds good loud, but not at its full tilt. If that makes any sense.
If you're underpowered, that will work pretty good.
You're right.
That's what it was. I don't know what it is with ladies with that. I'm not saying all that way too. I was telling you the other day that my lady friend that we put the kickers in, like she wanted like the sub jacked up and the doors turned way down. And I'm like, because she was fading it to the rear to get the bass or whatever, and she wanted like 2 clicks from the very rear where you just barely hear. I'm like, no, you need to go to the center. You know what I mean? Like we need some front and stage, But that's why she wanted it, and I'm like,
bass sounds good though. I want more of it. Yeah, it's a fun system, I mean, it's nothing crazy. That's why I kind of want to do it with the amplifier that was designed for it. When you went to the store and you'd buy them and they'd be a matching set, you'd go and grab that and see what it kind of did on the meter. Especially for people back then, because they didn't run 1,000 actual watt amplifier on that, and if they did, it didn't last too long. It would be cool to get some like estimate scores if I could even find another box, which they do pop around, but for $50 I couldn't pass that thing up. I would have done it. Yeah. Yeah, I paid $50 for the subs and $50 for the amp. So
and it was functional, and it was a working setup.
Yep.
That was a deal.
Heck yeah.
You saw my score today. Do you want to guess? I can't really tell what I paid for because I'm going to resell that stuff. I'll put it this way: I got a smoking deal on this Rockford T2 16. Not even it's a good with a bad dust cap SA10 V1 and a Kenwood double din from like 2017. But it's just gonna put in my daily that has a stock radio in it.
Heck yeah.
I'll put it this way: I paid less than what that radio is going for used right now for the trio there.
Nice.
And I'm gonna have RA Audio make a recon kit for that sub. I don't know if you've seen this stuff. I'm gonna pull it up now. He makes the most beautiful recon kits. I've had him do multiple for me. He's done my T2 Rockfords. He did them, and then he did a Stroker recon kit for me.
Nice.
So it was funny because this stuff was like in a scrap pile at a car radio shop. My route of like going to the scrapyard. I'm like, okay, I want this. How much? But the most of it was other garbage. But here we go. I'm gonna share the screen on this one more time. Yeah, his
beefy.
His recons for these subs are freaking insane.
That's nice.
Yeah, so I'm like, I don't even need it, but it's like, for what I have in it, for what the cost of the recon is, that's a $1,500 subwoofer. You know what I mean? So it's like,
right?
Why not?
Now that's like literally what you want to have done, because that's the power. That's the T2 sitting right there, right? That's one of the ones he's already done.
That's the ones he's done. He makes drop-in recons kits for us. Yeah.
That's awesome. Now,
the only thing I'm worried about is the lower spider landing on these T2s. Holy crap! I don't know how we're gonna do that. If I had to guess though, which I haven't even talked to him about it yet, I could be being silly, but you might not use the lower spider landing anymore. I know on the T2s, on my first gen ones, when you did the recons, you did not use the stock lower spider landing because it was a multi-layer top one.
Does it have one like about an inch or two below the main spider where the landing is? Oh wow, that's different. That's probably for some kind of linearity though. You know what I mean, to keep everything straight. in a
Yeah,
way.
but I don't think they use like really thick spider packs in the stock Rockford ones.
Making up for the thickness and strength of the spider by adding another one below for efficiency or something crazy.
Yeah.
Because Rockfords are nice too, man.
Here's a bad photo, but yeah, that's how the spiders are stacked in it.
Okay, that's almost like the 19 they have, isn't it? Like kind of built the same way.
Kind of like the 19, yeah. What do you think, Joe? You think we can do it, buddy?
I know I can do it.
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it.
I know I can do it.
That's a double decker. Oh, so he's just giving you the parts, and then you're actually putting all the soft parts together and gluing and putting everything down.
Oh no, it's a drop-in recon kit, bro. He makes drop-in recons.
Ooh, so yeah, you probably just have to glue the bottom one first and kind of keep the top spider up.
I'll show you what my now it's a different generation T2, but my old ones did not use the lower spider landing anymore.
The metal looking ones, like yeah.
No, I was saying there's the older series one too had the double, like the two different stacked heights of spiders. They went from, because those were like two double layer ones. After you got done with it, it was 1 5-layer.
Jeez.
Let's see. The T2s I had him do for me before, man, was just legitimately insane. I got a picture. You've seen these subs that I've posted before. I've showed these things off. He made those recon kits for me.
Yeah.
And that just made those subs even better, dude.
That's cool because it almost looks original, but it's not.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's made to look like those subs were the metal cone, the metal cone.
Oh, so you made them So you made them look like the even older ones. I get what you're saying. I knew the titanium looking ones. That's what I've seen whenever I first,
Sure. Yeah. No, it's the. Here we go. It's the series. Those guys.
Woo. Oh yeah.
But I love those subs. I wish I didn't sell them, but it was one of those things at the time. I was doing my 415 no wall setup, and I was $600 in the recon kits, and those subs pull about $600 a piece blown. So it's like, it's like I can't justify dropping $1,200 just to have two more 15s and then have to custom, all that recon them and all that stuff, So it was easier to unload them and all that stuff. But I really wish I never sold them. I wish I put it in the garage because I think I bought doors or something like that with the money I spent on the box. I mean, selling it for.
Right. Damn. I know that's the hard thing. It's like, do you want to keep it, and it's like you're not getting really anything out of it for who knows how long, or do you sell it, get the money, and then hate yourself for selling it?
Yeah, and there's no boss audio here. 25 hertz. That's a T2 and a P1 there, a P2, T2 and a P2, buddy.
Boss.
Yeah, that's got. I was doing it for laughs earlier. That's the. I have another picture I could pull up.
What's that one beside it? Is that like a crescendo or something?
No, it's a P2, a Rockford P2.
Oh, without the boot. It's just
without the boot. Yeah.
Okay.
I was taking it funny because the P2 with the boot on it was almost the height of like where the surround starts on the T2. You take the boot off and it's way smaller. But that's
nothing
dude. I love that P2, man. I've had that thing for like a decade. Just give it the beans, dude. Like literally everything.
Was that the one with the silver cap, kind of like the ones that always break ones? Is that the P2?
Well, no, it's the. Let's see.
Or the black, newer looking ones?
That's the older ones.
Okay. That's one thing I do like that they did change. I mean, I like the titanium T2s, like the whatever, power series, and then the punch series. I like them, but the
series, the gray ones.
Yeah, they crack. They're awesome though.
Well, they crack if they get hit. Yeah, they get
right. Yeah, I had a few of those.
It's the first gen P1, P2, P3, 06. And these are great subs, and you'll be able to tell always too if you ever look at them in the wild. All of the first gen P1, P2, P3s all have red baskets, and
okay.
Fiber cells.
See, when I had my 12 P2s of that series, I never took them out of the box. I got them with the prefab Rockford Fosgate box from Best Buy, and I got them discounted. They were $250 instead of $500 because they were returned. But then that's when my friend touched them, cracked the cone. I'm like, damn it! So then I wound up just running the Type Bs and threw them in my that dual band pass box I had, and it worked for a while. But yeah, I liked them. They were loud. Wish I could actually ran them in the trunk though. Probably would have been a lot louder.
Heck yeah. Pride makes some insane stuff. 25 hertz. Casey's actually an Atlanta Pride dealer now. He's actually, his next build's gonna be all Pride stuff.
That's awesome. Now, how many USA dealers are there of Pride? I know they're Australian, right?
There's a handful of them, yeah. There's a handful of dealers. I don't.
Joe Reeves? Joe Reeves, right? Is he
he's
one?
the main. He's Pride USA. Yeah, he's the main.
Okay.
He was the first guy to bring him to the States.
Nice.
He's a really cool guy too, though.
Yeah, he's reached out to me. Yeah, he seems like he's pretty cool too. Heck yeah. Yeah, I like the Pride audio. They seem like they like lows and, you know, big old woofers, man.
Let's see. What do you think, Joe? Big subs. What you got? The DCs are impressing me right now, Joe. You going on a couple? I probably just jinxed you right there, buddy. Like you're going.
No, don't say it. Don't say it. I've been happy with my DCs, except for them tearing soft parts constantly. Since that last tune that Casey put on me, I haven't had no trouble. So
yeah, it's been good. It's been pounding, man.
Yeah, today too. 2.5 hours I was out there beating down the neighborhood. So I'm not complaining. But I think I'm still going to change them out for something else.
Yeah, it's time for a rebuild on you, man. You got to change the drawers.
Yeah, I've had it. They've been there what 6 months. Time for a rebuild. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, you were telling me the same thing with me the other day. You're like, "How long's that been in there?" Oh, 6 months. Time to rebuild it. But
that's it.
Well, the funny thing too is like, it is due for a rebuild. You're aware, I'm aware. Like, I need to like touch up my box in a few places. I got a few places where like some of the braces got the screws broken in and stuff like that inside the box. So it's like, why actually? Yeah, if I'm going to take all this stuff out and make it better, why am I not going to make it better with better subs too? So it's like, if I got to take it all out, you know, and I can sell them, you know, I haven't had any failures. The subs are just good and broken in, you know, that's it. I'm not blown one, so I can sell them. But,
we can blow one for you. That's no problem.
I'll try not to.
Pre-broken in. That's the best kind.
Dude, those subs, dude, I need to re-measure the TS specs on those subs. Because I measured them after we broke them in at 1,000 watts RMS for like a couple days, right? I had 20 hertz free in the shop, right? Now, we would only do that for like 8 to 10 minute sets at a time. We wouldn't walk off or anything like that. And we measured them. I am telling you, bro, like a month so into those subs, it was like my lows were just like a switch flipped. On like
that's the H2s, right?
My Hog 2s, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't ever have enough power to take and get the Hog 1s. And then MB had some family stuff come up tonight. We're going to try to get him in on next week or the week after that or something like that. Some stuff happens. But I need to really remeasure the TS parameters on those and see what it says now. And
that's
we're
crazy.
obviously updated.
Yeah, because you could pound them for hours and hours and hours.
Yeah. We had them so hot. You know, obviously your motor heat sink. The last show he went to, like, it was like scolding you. You couldn't even smell the voice coils, but like the motors were like scold you hot.
Mm-hmm. Right. I bet you your resonant frequency, your FS, probably dropped 4 or 5 hertz just from, you know.
That's
what I
was thinking. I didn't think it was anything drastic like 10, but I was thinking at least 4 to 5 hertz the FS being dropped, which really it makes sense because I had is at like 37 right now, so I could believe it being around like 34, 33, 32, something like that. I could see it being probably close to that.
Heck yeah.
But which is not bad.
No.
MB at Kip's house. Probably so. They're probably knocking back Twisted Hammered or something like that.
Yeah, he had too many Twisted Tees.
What's up, Fuego? You have made it in 14.4's in effect now.
I don't know, Scott. We could dump a lot of DC audio subs in that truck if you're ready.
We could. I don't want to deal with them when I have to redo soft parts in them. I don't have enough power to break them though.
You got to keep the hogs, man. You got to have something as like your front runner for your business, man. You have to. Or
I'm not even trying to play that card right now. There's other hog vehicles, man. Like you guys didn't even see. So like my hog 3s went into are the shop Tahoe. So like there's like the hog. There's a power hog installation thing. My other business partner runs at the warehouse. There's another power hog demo vehicle. There's 2 or 3 of them now. Shoot,
oh wow, that's awesome.
There's more power hog in Alabama than there is Georgia, bro. I had one guy show up the other day, hit me up on enclosure specs for the Hog 3. Said a random guy showed up in his shop with 4 Hog 3s. I'm like, damn, man. Like, but then, like most of our clientele has been in Alabama. But yeah, I'm not worried about the. I mean, I'll be using Hog amps and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's not a huge deal on that. And then and B, there's other power hog demo vehicles, and I don't know. I got other stuff in the pan too, so it's you know that, and then what happens when you see revisions? You know what I mean? Like, what? I'm not gonna be running the same stuff all the time.
Right, absolutely.
We'll see.
If it was me, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why I have like 4 systems, so I have at least one of whatever. You know what I mean? And that's why I like the other smaller vehicles, because I could just throw whatever in there, you know.
Yeah.
So, but that's speaking of which, your other vehicles, how's the Civic going?
I ain't done nothing to it. I'm waiting on the box. I haven't messed with Drew yet. I've been waiting a little while for the design on the enclosure, but you know you had the hurricane happen, all that stuff. So really, I need to get the wall in the car.
Yeah.
And then go drop it off the fabrication, because they're gonna be making a harness bar it bolts the front baffle of the enclosure also. So like the harness parts for when you have racing buckets, you have to have like a legit thing to hold the straps and all that stuff for the harnesses. And there's like a height that has to be in the car, a certain angle, stuff like that. Because if the harness bar's too high or too low when you get in an accident, it'll cause the belt to crunch your spine, all kinds of stuff like that.
Oh, jeez.
So I've got to have that made, but they want to have the enclosure in the car so they know what kind of wiggle room they have with the thing. Like the measurements just wasn't good enough. So I've got to get the wall in the car, then go drop it off at Fab, and then it's just a. Fab's already paid for. I paid for that like 4 months ago now. So I've got all this, thousands of dollars of credit. Because before I stole that last set, that Silverado I had, I just handed the Fab shop the money pretty much. But which they're not gonna screw me. I've known these guys a decade now. But it's like I got all this in the pan. It's like just needs to have stuff happen to get done now.
Jeez,
but I'll blame it on Drew right now. After it goes like a month or two of me not taking and having the box in the car after he gives me the design, then it's my fault.
I'm sure he'll help you out as soon as he can.
It's always Drew's fault.
Yeah.
Did he design your excursion? Not your excursion. Your
the excursion, the truck.
The excursion. Yeah.
My buddy Jake Zimmerman designed the SDK enclosures. He designed the enclosure, and I'll give him credit, man. It's a damn good bandwidth for a musical thing. It's not an SPL design. It's a music, bandwidth play music box, and it's pretty damn musical, bro. Like I said, I do like 23, 24 hertz. It really likes like 25, 26. Oh, he's calling me right now, that goofy dickhead. But he probably heard me talking.
Yeah, I heard you talking about him. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
But so it's a good box. He designed that one though. I'll probably so he's doing Civic box though. And yeah, Larissa, I don't know. So I'll let Andy say his. His is the Cookie Monster. Mine is the Hog Pin, the Power Hog Pin. Joe, do you have a name for your build or no?
Still haven't got one yet.
Yeah.
Big chunk.
I need one. I
named Casey's rig High Roller. That just stuck with it. He's got high roller amps coming. It's gonna be sick.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, we do have a growing audience. There's actually 20 people or 19 people now.
Wow. Yeah, it seems like sometimes when you have a really extreme build, or even just to you almost have to give it a name, or someone else does,
Yeah.
I wish somebody would name mine. I'd take it.
The cigar box.
Yeah.
I've been trying for 2 years. I can't come up with a name.
Trying to think.
No.
Usually go.
My problem is I've changed the building it 3 times already, and I'm about to change it again. So any name, it's got to be fluent to change all the time.
The cigar box.
All spark, no smoke.
Many times I've blown that thing. Yeah, I don't know.
I like 1 or 2 word names.
Yeah.
We'll have to see. We got
Easier to spell.
Lucille. God, that's a name. I can't.
What a 25 EV2. Oh, keep wishing before your wish using 14.4 talk. Oh, sick. Sparky Lucille. I don't know. Little trouble in Big China. There's nothing really to China in there right now. That sucks though. It's all Korean.
No. That's all right. Keep them coming. Send them to me. I'll take it.
For sure. I don't know. I'm ready I want to do doors next. I want to take my pods off the doors. I want to cut the lower pocket off the doors. Then I want to trim out a piece of cardboard, and then so I can do like a big L. So I want to do like 4 6.5s and like an 8 or a 10 in the back corner at the bottoms, just for mid base.
When do you want to do it?
When I don't have stuff in the pan right now, we can do that pretty easy. We could do that pretty easy though.
That's the hardest thing, other than knowing how to do something, is the time. Obviously money's involved, but the time.
Well, I mean, on the other side of the wall Joe's sitting in front of, there's only like a mountain of 6.5s and 8s and all kinds of stuff like that they took out when he went to Crescendo. Yeah, I mean, there's just a 36 door speakers over there or something like that.
Jeez. Something like that.
Dude, I got a set of Crescendo 5x7s for the back of the Excursion for the second row seat. Because the Excursion's got Harmony audio that were in it, like $30 Amazon 5x7s that were in the truck when I got it. It's still in the back of the doors. Yeah, I've never taken the rear door panel off. But so I'm gonna put the Crescendo ones in there and deaden the doors. Dude, he had those Crescendos in there so long, I can guarantee you had a half-inch layer of dust on the box. It had to have.
That's sad, Scott. That's sad.
Nah, it's just where they all go. It's the storage. It's your cellar down there, Yeah, dude, Cigar Joe does smoke. Dude, he does freaking. I bet he's 163,
Cigarello.
164, something like that. You know.
It's pretty loud.
Yeah,
Joe came when I met Joe. He came to my show and took first place. I thought I was gonna win. And he came to my own show and shut it the f down and sandbagged it. Not only that.
Shh! Don't tell everybody.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I'm like, damn.
I only had to beat the loudest guy there. That's all I had to do.
Like,
that's
cut
what I
it
did. If Ray told my team to shut it down, I said okay.
Sometimes it's better that way. One, you don't run into major problems, and two, you keep your competition at bay. They don't know.
Well, I didn't want to eat. I didn't want to eat a subwoofer. I have a bad habit of that. So I was just watching my teammate. They're telling me more and more and more. That's it right there. Okay, that's enough. I turned it down.
That's the thing a lot of people don't understand is like when you get real loud like that, and you're a heavy competitor in a larger class, and you know a little tiny mistake can be a huge investment. You know.
Yeah, buddy. You'll eat it. I'll eat a subwoofer in a second if I ain't careful.
Yep.
Well, I want to get in if you remember while you're. Damn, my vape juice is downstairs. That sucks. But the what we're talking about with Drew, those thermal probe sensors for the voice coils. I'd love to have something like that. He's asking what your cigar is, Joe. What you got? What you smoking on tonight?
I'm smoking a La Aroma de Cuba today.
That sounds nice.
Smoking the peach of rings. You know?
Yeah, I've got Butterscotch Reserve.
No, I'll stick with a real one.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, Joe's got me on the cigars, man. We went to a cigar bar with Jacob Fuller, you know, and it was funny too. They're like, "Can we go to a cigar bar?" We got in the truck, and I was like, "Joe, I don't know a damn thing about cigars."
Don't inhale it.
Don't inhale them.
I knew all that. I mean, as far as like being a cigar aficionado and like choosing like you go to these places like there's a large variety of cigars and stuff like that. But yeah, I knew I've smoked cigars before. As far as being able to talk about them or have a choice in them, I don't know diddly. But yeah, we did that. So we hung out the other night with a cigar too. I'm like, this ain't too heckin' bad.
No, they're very nice. Very nice. I'm actually smoking 2 of them right now, 2 different ones. So.
Yeah, we'll have Andy on before you know it. He'll be cheating them.
I'd be afraid to do that because I quit smoking cigarettes. I used to smoke
Me
for
too.
8 years, you know, so it's straight vape, but I know the cigars are different. First time I hit a cigar, I inhaled it. You know, they're like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm just smoking it. And they're like, not like a cigarette. No, you got to just puff it. I'm like, okay, cool.
You can inhale it if you want. It's okay.
Just a
right,
little
it's just like smoking 100 cigarettes in one cigar, you know, it's not a problem, you know.
No, it's way better than that. It's way more.
I can't.
I don't know. I mean, you can do a little bit. I mean, it doesn't bother me to have a little bit of it, but
I liked hookahs. I remember
enjoyable.
hookahs, man. Those are cool. You know what I mean?
It was a
like
good
hookah bars or
experience, though. We were
whatever,
hanging
same
out.
thing.
You know, we're all sitting outside, hanging out. You know, as a group, having good conversation. You know, whether it be the nicotine or the lack of oxygen to your brain, you get a little euphoric, so you get talky. You know,
both.
So it was a good time.
It's a peaceful conversation. It's a good thing.
Yeah. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Back to doors. I want to do my doors eventually too. I'm just kind of almost traumatized because I had door panel problems for a long time. Had some crazy people break my door panels, and then I just rode without a door panel for like 2 years, man. Just the right side was just gone. All the things were busted. I was tired of putting it back up. You know what I mean? Like the main things that held on to it broke. So
it's early 2000s Mitsubishi.
Right. And then the handles, that's the first thing to go. People pull those big doors, they just snap right in half. So eventually, I think about 1.5 years, 2 years ago, not even, got new door panels. Like literally whenever I was at Slamology giving all those demos,
They're
what was
brand
it,
new
2019. No, my door panel, I had it rigged up there, okay? And from people going in and out, in and out, in and out, one person pulled the door open and the door panel was still stuck in the car. And I'm like, hilarious. I'm like, okay, you know, we're just going to take this out. We don't even need that. So I finally got that fixed. So now I'm like, I don't even want to mess with it, you know, because now I have door panels and door handles. Everything works. But I do have my old door panels, and I would like to use that to make like a fiberglass or whatever, whichever way I want to do it to make the door panels to add, you know, speaker pods, because I do need more front stage. That's why I took out the air vents in my, you know, on the right and left side, just for more speakers. The 6x9s in the door was not enough to keep up, and the tweeters up top, it was not enough to keep up with the bass whatsoever.
I don't think I've ever shared it, man. When your body style Eclipse came out, man, I almost crapped my pants, dude. I like the first gen ones, the DSM ones. I like the second gen ones. You know, Fast and Furious came out.
Of course.
My best friend in school, his mom bought the third gen one. You know, with the crappy 2.7 and stuff in it, but a third gen one, brand new red convertible with black leather interior and a manual. And we turned 15 when she had it, dude. We just thought we were the baddest MFs on the planet riding around in that red convertible Eclipse V6 manual. And then
that's scooted, I bet, though.
Oh, it was fun. Yeah, for 15-year-olds, that's way too much power for that goofing off. But what I was going to continue on with it because that was the third gen. Here's the fourth gen one, correct? Is what it's considered technically?
Yeah, 4G. Yeah.
So she traded it in on the red convertible on the copper color one of your body style, and that copper color blew my freaking mind, dude. I saw that car with black
the orange.
Too.
Orange.
Yeah. I would drive one.
Yeah, I knew one person that had it, and it was an older lady. She worked with me when I used to work at IHOP. She had an orange one. I had my black one. I was like, wow, that's cool. I really like that color. Like pops, you don't see it too often either. I know a lot of people don't like the 4Gs because they're not like the second G or third G. The third G's kind of hit and miss. I like it.
Third gen's a Chrysler Sebring, bro, if you weren't aware of that.
Right, just a little bit sportier, I guess.
It's the same platform.
Really, same frame and everything. Wow.
Same motor. And the chassis got some changes to it, being Dahmer Chrysler. But as far as all of the measurements are exactly the same. And a Dodge Intrepid too, I want to say the same thing as a two-door Eclipse. Yeah, but the suspension, the engine train, subframe, all that, it's all interchangeable.
Wow. I know parts for those are like a dime a dozen. My buddy has one. This is.
But that's nothing new because Dahmer Chrysler has been in bed with Mitsubishi since the early '80s. So I mean, that's nothing new.
Right.
But heck yeah. What do you say, Joe? What's some funky import cars or anything like that you had? We were just talking about you, Jake, and I ignored your phone call, buddy. I was just talking smack on how much I hated my box, and then you start calling me.
He said it ain't loud, something like that.
Yeah, it's not loud. Yeah. Terrible. But no, heck yeah. Joe, I've never asked you that. What's some funky cars you've had, Joe?
Cars I've had?
Yeah, I know you had the vet.
Oh man, I've had a lot.
You said you want an Opel now.
I want an Opel, 69 Opel. Yeah.
I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Whatever makes you happy, buddy.
Yeah, I've had a lot of cars. I've had a Fiero. I've had a Honda Civic.
GT.
Yeah, I have one. An 89 Fiero GT Turbo would be good. If you had to pick one, pick the right one,
Yeah, well, the later Fieros had the aero kit and the mesh wheels on them.
Two Camaros. Most fun I actually liked my Beretta. I had a Beretta. That was a lot. I liked that car. It was a nice car.
You're not the only person that's told me that, dude. My tattoo artist, my guy I apprenticed under, he had a freaking Pontiac Beretta, and he said he loved that car, man. I'm like, a Beretta?
It was a nice, comfortable, fun car to drive.
And I was always like, and he was the only person I ever knew that really had one, and he freaking loved that car, dude.
I liked it a lot. It was. I lived in DC at the time, and so in a small city, a small car and it had a lot of power for its size. It was peppy. It was fun to drive. It was pretty cool.
That's what he had right there. Was that it didn't have the decal on the door, but Beretta GT, and that same car, that's pretty much that car.
Same car. Mine was black, but same difference.
Yeah. That screams late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah, it was. 92, I think mine was. 92.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was a good car.
Yeah, I'd rather have the Fiero or the Beretta if I had to choose to.
Fiero was fun. I had a lot of cars.
I didn't really have that many late 80s, early 90s domestic stuff. I've had a piss ton of imports. I've had a crap, if you name it as far as like an 80s Japanese sports car that's in the U.S., pretty much had it. I've had the AE86s, the RX-7s, the freaking 240s, all
280. I had a 280Z.
Yeah, I was.
What you have, like an S14 or
I've had
13?
S13s. I've had a bunch of S13s. Yeah.
Nice.
All drifted out, cage, freaking stitch welded, SR stuff. Fun. I used to be about that life.
I've had 36 cars total. 36 cars, 11 Suburbans, 2 Tahoes, 2 Denali's, 2 vans.
See, this is where I'm gonna sound like I'm one-upping you or anything like that. I'm on 72 vehicles right now. As far as
nice.
Yeah, I made over 20 grand. Yeah, I made over $20,000 flipping cars before I was 20.
I don't think I've had that many pairs of underwear. That's crazy.
That's too bad.
anybody that's if you just even go in like my Facebook on my pictures thing, as far as like my albums or whatever, if you know anybody that knows me, like I used to be a car or that's the reason my '79 Civic, I had my grandmother co-sign as lien holder on the title, so I couldn't just be like, come home and sell it one day or whatever, or trade it like that. Yeah, I made a lot of money.
Helping yourself.
Yeah, I used to make a crap load of money buying cars, like a Civic, like a blown head gasket Honda Civic, fix it, throw rims on it, test stereo, and sell it. And I did that for a long time, and then we started getting the ad valorem tax in Georgia that you pay as far as getting the title, putting your name. It used to be like $30 only to put the title in your name. You don't have to pay, but there's no taxes on it. Now they're taxed. So if you have, and it's by what the state values the vehicle at. So like if it values it at 2 pennies at a used car, you got to pay on it.
Right. I've had like 7 cars, and I still have like 5.
Oh wow! I've had 7, I probably had 7 this year in crap boxes that I've sold and traded and given away and all that.
It's crazy.
All right, Scott. Of all the cars you've had, which one do you want back? Your favorite of all of them?
I mean, the not turd box. I don't know. There's ones that pull good money right now. Like, you know how much the 86 Panda Corolla goes right now for? Like, I've had all that stuff, but I don't know. Probably the C6 back, the Corvette back.
Really?
I mean, there was a status symbol, man. Like, you go somewhere, you're driving with the top off, you got a hot girl in the passenger seat, you got a 6-speed, it's got a loud exhaust on it. There's like a difference in me driving the Excursion versus me driving the Corvette as 2 different people all the time.
I agree. I love that.
I would downshift, blow around people. I mean, just arrogant. And Joe will confirm the C6 Corvette will make you feel like you're a better driver than you are.
You are a better driver in the Corvette. The Corvette itself is a better car.
Probably drives a little for you, around them bends.
It does. It's got.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Here's the thing. You have to, and that's one thing too. Like, oh, it's only got, I made like 450 wheels. They're like, it's only got 400 something horsepower. You're like, yeah. That'll get stock will get away from you and kill you. Okay. A, B. Like you have to respect it. That car, it'll make you feel better because there's like the stability management, the traction control, like active steering and all that stuff. If you
fat ass tires.
Yeah, and if you have it all on, you feel super safe. I mean, just slinging it in corners or whatever. You turn the stability management and all that stuff off. That's a death machine. Okay, like there's a few times where like Joe does just like a turn right at my house. There's a few times I just goose a little bit or something like that, and I about put the car in a ditch about 10 times.
Well, it's just like playing Gran Turismo, and you turn off the ABS and the traction control. It's like, whoa, okay, I need a steering wheel and gas pedal. I can't even play this game anymore. you need that.
Yeah, don't be fooled by a C6. It's fast as fuck. There's no question.
Yeah. I'm trying to think though. I mean, I've had some cool shit, dude. Let's go see if there's any forgetting though. See, I mean, I got my dream car. My dream car always was the '79 Civic. My dad owned that car when I was a kid. I literally was Buffett from from elementary school in Buffett. I always wanted that car. I don't know going back. I'd like to have another Bronco, but I don't outweigh it over that. I mean, I just kind of just a Corvette.
25 said Escorts were the bomb. I used to have one. I had a 95. It was my mom's. It was a 95 LX 4-door. Had a little spoiler and everything. It was nice. I actually totaled that. That was the only car that I actually wrecked. What was it? I was going down the road. I made a right. Cop pulled over some young kid, and it was literally I was coming down the hill, and there was a van coming down the other side of the other hill. It was like a valley.
Oh, wow.
Van's going around the pulled over car. I'm going around the pulled over car that's not really pulled over. And there was only enough room for 2 cars. So there was 3 trying to go through there. And boom, head-on collision. And that got totaled out. But it was a fun car.
Yeah. I have two like close rivals. I had this like Panda AE86 that I built, white and black. These cars go for like 20 plus grand right now. They go for crazy.
Yeah. See, what's the big thing about that's the Sprint, right? Or the not the Sprint, Torino. Yeah. Is it just because it's such an iconic car in video games and just
D and all that? Yeah. Don't let people fool you guys. I love the Corolla. There's nothing fucking special about it, okay? It's a 1986 Corolla with 100 horsepower, okay? Yeah. So people like idolize this car like Drift King, Toge guy. Like, no, dude, you're driving it's rear-wheel drive, but it's a 1986 Corolla, okay? That doesn't make it. There's nothing. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's fun. It's a fun car.
It's crazy how nostalgia does that, though.
Yeah.
Because a lot of it is off of that.
That one, and then if I had to put up another one, The first car I ever built, my 91 CRX, and this is super dated now, but I built this car in 08 and wrecked it in January 6, 2010, totaled it. It's the first car I ever built, so a lot of stuff I would take off now, probably put stock bumpers back on it, and maybe take the side skirts off with a hammer so nobody ever used them ever again. And the 17-inch wheels, they're 10s ORs, they're not so bad, but I can put a stock hood back on it. That's the only picture I have of this car.
Damn.
But without it being wrecked.
Right.
I totaled this out of it.
Ah, jeez.
I probably shouldn't show the graphic.
That was you, huh? After, Jesus.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't stop on that one. We'll get a flag or something like that. But yeah, I'll wreck this not out of that one.
Wow.
But yeah.
That would have been the perfect burp car, you know?
Dude, you know what's funny is I've had 10 CRX. I have a CRX tattoo. I've had like 10 CRXs, like at least 5. I bet more money, more than 5 EF hatchbacks. And like I never had a sub in any of them. Oh, I had a JL. I had a JL8 in that orange car.
Oh, it probably sounded like a 15 back there. You know?
Remember when I was telling you though? I told you about that. It was that I had the only JL sub I ever had at that time, and it was in like a JL bandpass box, and then like I played it for like 2 days, and the surround just like literally fell the dust off the front of the speaker.
Turned it up too high. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, those JLs is because they use that foam surround. That's the thing. But that's why they're the JLs. They're efficient and they're sound quality, man.
I do not need a CRV with a bad transmission, Jake. Yeah, and it's initial D. Why everyone loves the 86. The my other 86 was. I've had 3 86s. The go back.
Jeffy, what's up, Jeffy? That's my dude. He works with me.
Here's this 86 was tight. It had the J Blood kit on it. It's pretty tight.
The 86 reminds me of the GT86.
That shows you 2011. This is a decade ago now, guys. I'm old.
Catching up.
Yeah, dude. Man. So that one, my first one was this one. I bought it from a pizza guy. He wrecked it. He got drunk. He was drunk driving, drove it into a pole at his work. And then I fixed the front end. I bought this car for $1,000, put a front end on it, and then like 5 times my money on it.
Jeez.
And then, yeah. Man, I look you know how goofy I looked right there? Oh my god, you're like, get a haircut, bro. What are you wearing? But
I see it.
Yeah. I thought I was doing it though, man.
I love flippy headlights. I think they're the coolest thing.
You want to see what I was doing a decade ago? Yeah, look at that. Corolla, S14, AE101, AE86 Corolla, and the one I was working on.
Jeez, so you were a grease monkey, huh?
What happened? And I was about that drift car life, bro. That was what I was.
Drifting and shifting, man.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy because I used to take, and I didn't want to make this all me talk the whole hour and Joey ain't said nothing, but
that's all right.
I was in the car audio, and then I took in, you know, my dad did the bass and car audio, and then I got keys, and then I got that Civic, CRX, and then the orange car, and I'm building it. I didn't give a crap about it being loud audio, and then you know I kind of just fell back into it one day.
That's crazy, but hey, you went the way I wanted to go. I was gonna lean that way, and then I don't know what it almost seemed to like my position in life. You know, it was cheaper with car audio. Little did I know, you know, turbos. You know. Yeah, they're not that much more expensive than electrical.
You could have had a sports car, yeah.
Yep.
What do you think, Joe? You've had pretty much consistent. Did you have like any long periods of time in your life where you went out of car audio and came back to it, or anything like that? Or you pretty consistently had it? Yeah.
The only time I didn't have a system in my car was in my Corvette. It had the stock stereo. I didn't want to put anything in it. I knew I wasn't keeping the car that long. So after I traded the car in, I bought the Tahoe just to put system in it.
See,
so that was a whole.
I was the exact opposite. I immediately was like, I'm gonna piss people off on the internet and ruin this Corvette with the stereo. And like, that's exactly what I did. Do you have any like old boomers were like, you ruined that car? I can't believe you did that. Like, I posted up like Atlanta Corvette Club or whatever. They're like, this is a terrible. Just that, you know, you killed this car. Yeah.
What system did you have in there? Wise, like upgraded doors and all that too?
I had Rockford 3.5s in the top of the doors. I had Rockford 6.5s in the place. They have stock 8 stock, so I went from 8 to 6.5 and a 3.5. And then I put a Resilient Sound Gold 15 in the back of the car on a Rockford.
That's a tiny trunk too, right?
Dude, it beat the crap out of the Corvette.
The whole fiberglass too, yeah.
Yeah. And then I pulled it all. You know, the only thing I wish I didn't pull. I mean, I pulled out that I did not pull out that I wish I did now was like I had like 20 feet of one on in that car where I did the positive and the negative ground run from the battery.
Oh wow.
Like, but dude, like I wasn't even trying to sell the car, man. Like at the time, like I had it paid for at the time, and then I took and I just happened to one day get like a CarMax thing. They're like, what's your vehicle valued at? And I was kind of like, let's see. I want to see what my car's valued at, okay? And I was already starting Power Hog, and I wanted to come up with some money. And I had the idea in my head. So I'm like, let's see what the KBB of my car is real quick. And I did a free KBB value where I posted pictures off my phone and put the mileage in. And they're like, we value your car at X dollars. And at the end of it, I was like, oh, that's cool. They're like, do you want to sell your car? I hit yes. Like 2 seconds later, like Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep up the road called me and they're like, hey, do you want to sell your Corvette? We'll take that. Will you take that number? I was like, you'll pay me that number right there, right? Dude, I boogied my ass home. I just took the sub out. I pulled the fuse out of the front, took the wires up in the carpet, and went to Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep. And
wow.
They cut me a check on the spot, bro. So, I mean, like, I walked away from it. Here we go.
Hey, as long as you're making money in whatever situation you were at, I mean, shoot.
Yeah.
What did you wind up doing with all the money then? Is that when you got the Excursion, or did you already have that?
I already had the Excursion. I put a hunk of it into the wall, and then I put a hunk of it into...
Oh, that's the 15 you had. Oh, yeah, you definitely did ruin that, bro.
It was worth it.
He said you ruined it, bro.
It was way worth it.
Oh, look at that lightning bolt. That's the sub that I had. I don't know if that's the exact one.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
This is that VC2. Dude, that thing's getting it, too. It beats the... I love that VC2, man.
So that's the upgraded one, because that surround does look bigger.
Yeah, this is the dual voice coil, the 1000 watts, 25 hertz. There you go. I have it in my garage, bro. I'm about to put that light. Okay, here I'm gonna spill the beans out on it. I'm taking that VC210 in that box, and I'm putting it in the back of my 07 Civic. I'm putting 2 channels off that amp I got from Andy on it, and 2 channels on the front doors.
Heck yeah, dude. That'll sound good.
Here's that VC2. It flexed the crap out of the... You can't really see it. It flexed the whole Corvette with 110, bro. The whole roof be getting it.
They still make that whole car mostly fiberglass, correct?
It's all fiberglass, bro.
Okay,
yeah.
so it's just been a vet thing from day one. They haven't changed. Okay.
Yeah, they've never been metal.
That's what I thought. I wasn't sure with the newer ones.
Yeah, so when I first put it in, it was the VC2. I had the VC210 and the T802, and then I went from that to the Stroker. I had that my Stroker box built just for the Corvette. It's what it's built for. So then I went from the Stroker to I went from the VC2 to the Stroker. I went from the VC2 to the Stroker. That Stroker demolished the freaking Corvette, bro. All reality, the Stroker was a better sub than the Gold.
Wow, that much more efficient and a louder sub for whatever you're doing. Wow.
Way more musical. Way more musical.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, that Stroker was amazing, bro. And I took and pulled it out and reconed it, and then took and sold it. And then I literally just dropped the Resilient Sounds Gold straight in the Stroker box. See, that's like a 70-pound hatch. It's picking up right there with the base, by the way. But so I pulled the Stroker out, and then I threw the Gold in it.
Damn.
Yeah, and I sold it shortly after that. Going back to Lightning Audio, here we go. This is me giving the beans. Dude, the sub's amazing, dude, I'm telling you. That's on a T802, which is really like 1,300 watts at 1. And,
that's a lot.
Yeah, dude, on a 10 from 2006. I love these subs so much, man.
I was say that's got a little bit of travel.
Yeah, bro. What are you talking about? A little bit of travel, other than my video looking like a potato. But
using your flip phone to record that.
I sold that stuff to get the Gold set up in. And this is my last setup before the wall.
What kind of numbers was that doing? Like a 48 or
46,
something?
46, yeah.
That's
I could never. Well, yeah. Well, my problem back then was the side windows. They weren't sealed off, so like.
Oh, because it's pop open. Yeah.
So like all I was doing is like after I got to 146, bro, like you can literally just watch the windows pop out.
Still look cool though, you know.
It was like venting all of your pressure out of it like a freaking fan. Like it really, I couldn't get it past 146.
Wow. It probably played still decently low though.
Oh yeah, it sounded great. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, at the time I was chasing numbers, bro. But there's those T2s getting in, but I love those subs, bro. I wish I had those so much still.
Jeez.
But yeah.
It's a nice box too. I
like that.
that.
It's a beautiful box. That was a great sounding system too, man. It was funny too. I did like a 44 with those two T2s. I only did a 46 with the golds in there. Don't get me wrong, the demo wasn't the same.
Yeah.
But that's enough about me. There's already. I don't know. There's no other base stuff in here. But yeah, that's what we did to break in the Hog 2s though.
Nice.
So, I mean, all the Hog stuff, but enough about that stuff. I didn't mean to just ramble on there for a minute, but I kind of got excited with the.
I see you got the some amps in today.
Yeah, we got a bunch of we got the 4 channels came in, like 15 of those. I don't know. There's more of the full range 2-channel amplifiers and the single one. So it's like a 2500 by 1, or 2500 by 2, and a 1500 by 1.
Still nice power. Heck yeah. Now, I know you don't want to talk about it, but how much does averagely retail?
I don't have pricing set on the. I don't have pricing set on the full range amplifiers yet. We literally just got the first shipment of those in since passing the prototype.
Yeah.
So I've got to work that out by this weekend. But the 4-channel is $400.
Okay, that's a big 4-channel though. That's a big guy.
The 250 by 4. Yeah.
And the color is fantastic.
Yeah, and that's another one everyone can contest. Like A, they're like, hey, your doors sound amazing. Like the speakers are like, yeah, the amps, part of it too. And then B, it plays for shows for 5 to 7 hours at a time. You know what I mean? The full tilt, never turning it off, and under a seat. But it's been a great amp. I'm about to have a second one. I'm about to take another one.
Ooh, you really don't want your eardrums anymore, do you?
What?
What?
I was kidding. Yeah. I do that to people all the time, dude. They're like, Scott, I have customers that come on the truck and they see this stuff online or whatever. They're like, Scott, can you still hear anything with that stereo? I'm like, huh? Just play stupid for a second.
Comes second to nature now. It's bad.
It's just like the sales tech, stuff like that. You just get ready to rebuttal it right back off,
Yeah.
I throw back people all the time, like when they come on the Snap-on truck and they're like, I can't believe that costs so much. I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry, I said it wrong. Like that, like I can't believe the price on that. I'm like, yeah, I can't believe they sell it that cheap. Just shit like that. You just spit it back to them as fast.
Heck yeah.
Nice.
No, that's cool. So Joe, what do you got coming up with your system? Anything different for next year for competing wise, or are you sticking with the same and seeing what you really got?
No, we're gonna make some changes. We're gonna make some changes.
I think it's always going to say probably.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you what's going to happen, but we got some big changes coming. It's going to be public after we make the changes, but we're going to do a rebuild on the box and change all the subs out for a different brand.
I think we can say this though as a teaser for the 15 people that are in here right now.
Sure.
The subs that'll be gone in there right now are not only one-off handmade custom subwoofers, but they're made specifically for CigarJoe's truck and box.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
We're the very, very well-renowned company in the United States. That's something I gave too much away already.
You can say that. Special one of a kind.
Yeah, special one of a kind.
That's awesome. So like literally the TLS parameters match really well with the enclosure, pretty much.
Yeah, they're made for that box and specifically the frequency range he wants to play.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So they should be amazing. Should be
170 or bust. 170 or bust.
I bet he's got 165. Because we were talking what most people see gains when they switch to this style subwoofer is usually what they say 1 to 2 dB a sub or something like that. So in theory, I don't know why he couldn't have a 165 in the bag. I think he's a 162, 163 right now, personally. But
yeah, I think he would probably have structural issues before we're even reaching anything.
No, my truck is solid. Might lose a windshield, but the truck is solid.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you thinking about changing up to like a 1-inch or more window in the front plexi?
No, it's so much fun blowing them. It looks really good.
Right.
Yeah.
It's worth it. Yeah. No, I haven't had no problem with the windshield since we reinforced it, double glued it, taped it up on the top, and added the stripper pole. Haven't had no issues with it no more.
You know what could help too is your firewall port. Throw that in there.
Firewall port, yeah. No. We're not doing
never heard of that?
No, we're not doing that.
Scott's like, I never heard of that.
No, I was thinking
we're not doing that.
No,
we're not doing
that.
I
was thinking more like that's pretty much what I have already because mine's splitting at my dash is just sitting in the truck now. Like, okay, it's literally just sitting on the mounts. I'm not even joking with you. Now it's bolted in at 3 out of 4 corners. The whole driver rear side is just sitting on the dash mount. So like I've just got like stuff crammed up under the dash to make it not rattle.
Wow.
And then so the flex of my truck is actually the firewall flexing. and so it's got to have. Yeah, you got to take the dash out and pull the windshield out to fix and repair it, which sucks.
Well, we can fix that. I'll sell you my truck, and I'll start a new one. It's no problem.
Yeah,
You
so
know,
just pop
somebody
right in.
offered me in the audio community a rather very extravagantly large number for the excursion the other day, like as is, and I'm like,
Wow.
It was kind of like hard not to take it, but I was like, nah, I don't know, because
See,
I can't
I feel
replace it
like-
right now.
I feel like it'd be cool to like purchase a vehicle that's already what you kind of want, you know.
Yeah,
It's already got base, but then it's like you didn't do anything. You know what I mean?
That's all right.
At all.
I'm
but-
not worried
What's wrong
about
with
the
that?
video or anything. I didn't,
You know,
build my
because
box.
if it got me louder than my score that I've ever gotten, I'd feel like I'm cheating in a way. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, I can go buy my buddy's, you know, car down the street. It's doing 154.
What's the
head rest.
difference between you buying the truck already done and me
Buying
paying
the
for somebody to
equipment?
build my enclosure and installing it? I installed
Right.
the equipment, but I mean, like, I didn't design or build the box. So
Right,
it's like,
right.
I paid
Right.
for. What's no difference in picking up an empty shell with a box in at that point?
True. I know you do see that sometimes, but it's like it's
All
almost
done.
harder to sell that too. You know? 'Cause,
Yeah,
like
with no subs in it.
right,
Much more
right.
good.
It's the same analogy as buying a fast car. Don't ever buy a fast car ever again because you didn't build the car.
Right.
No, it's
Hey, you got a point there. You got a point.
nothing wrong with buying an already built system if that's the most convenient for you at the time. You can still tweak it in your favor, change speakers
Right.
out for what you choose. You know, I can tell you if I sold my truck to anybody who bought it, they'd be very happy,
Oh, heck.
without a doubt. They wouldn't be
Well,
mad at all.
What would you
I
take
feel
for
like-
your truck right now? It's a big.
yeah.
There's some big numbers.
Right.
There, but Dave's
Right.
a great truck now. So
Right
Dave
now?
can buy a truck. Yeah.
I'd take 26. They can carry it away.
There you go, Dave. Instantly 160s. And
Oh, more than 160.
you
More
can
than
stay-
160.
You can stay at my house for 2 weekends while Larissa kicks you out. Okay. After that, yeah. So after that, bro, you're on your own. You know.
We got
There's not-
50K in gear in my truck, so
Yeah,
there,
for sure.
and none of it's more than a year and a half old.
Man,
Right.
none of it has a scratch on it.
No,
See, if you got 50,000 in, you're asking 26. That's more than fair, really, because you're getting the truck for free
Yeah.
almost in a way.
and I paid
you know.
26 for the truck as well as the 50K in gear.
Yeah. Well,
And the
good
truck
luck
runs
finding-
perfect.
Good luck finding a 2007 Tahoe right now for
$11.
$26,000.
2011 Tahoe.
Sorry, so try finding a 2011 Tahoe right now for $26,000. It's gonna be 30, 36, something like that right now. The way the market is right now. As
Oh,
far as
that's
like a
terrible.
dealership with low miles, you know what I mean? Obviously.
Yeah.
But
Yep, I just want to start a new build. That's all. It's no problem.
I just want to get. I'm gonna get mine ladders. What I'm gonna do.
Well, we slipped my box that we got back there right in your truck.
What do you think?
You-
What do you think, Andy? Flat. Well, I think you said do it too, didn't you? Flat wall, my truck.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you want to get some numbers, flat wall, but then
I'm
you know.
I'm going to lose bandwidth though. You think?
Oh, absolutely,
That's what I thought.
absolutely. Yeah, you're gonna be more peakier, honestly. I mean, especially if you're gonna design it to be loud.
Well,
To
it's a
get
box that's
bandwidth.
already done. Joe has a flat wall that would slide in my truck. That's meant for 6DC level 615s, which are
Yeah.
way bigger than my hog tubes.
I feel like your bandwidth would help some, but then you might have to open up the doors, both doors, and that's where you get bandwidth, and you might lose your SPL.
Well, ask Joe though. Now I'm demoing with my windows down and doors open now. That's
Yeah.
all I do now because I'm playing.
No change.
For my,
Yeah.
for my truck to play lows, if I want to do 20 hertz or you know in that range, I have to have front windows down. It doesn't like the back ones down too. It'll like having one side up and one side down. It
Isn't
likes
that weird with like loading and wave
Yeah.
cancellation and
It
then
seems
just
loud,
how the
it's
enclosure is
loudest to
designed?
me when it's the driver's side windows up and the passenger one's down. There's a few notes on like a higher notes, bro. I'm like blurred vision, everything. I'm like, you know, but the
Yeah, then you move over to the other seat. It's not the same way.
it's not the same. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's
that's when I'm at
crazy.
shows. I'll be like, okay, passenger side up, driver's side down. But
Yeah.
Or if I want to give somebody the beans in the truck, I'll all the windows up and just open the driver door all the way. You know, do
Right.
low notes too that way. But then it just gives somebody in that front passenger seat just the sauce. You know what I mean? As far
Yeah.
as the high notes.
I feel like with what you have, all the power you have on tap, you do a flat wall, you're going to be 160 plus. You know what I mean?
Me?
Oh yeah.
No. On a
Flat
C
wall?
pillar?
No. Like, well, oh, you want to keep it back at the C?
Mm-hmm.
See, that's,
Double the
that's, that's a
power.
lot. That's a lot of variables because then you're turning it from like a fourth order type enclosure, and then to a just or not even fourth enclosure behind a C, and then you got your cabin. So that's like technically 6th or 8th when you open the windows. And then if you just have a flat wall, then you're taking one of those orders away. So it's probably going to make you louder regardless. But I don't know. I feel like even I've seen C pillar flat walls. They don't. I mean, they do okay on the meter. But there,
Oh,
yet
Chase
again,
music,
it's musical stuff. I don't know. That's tough because then it's turning your fourth order to almost a sixth order in a way, because then you don't have that second order as a sealed section helping with your bass and your speakers, all that kind of stuff. I don't know. That's tough. I mean, you could almost do it and see what happens, but I like your build how it is and it looks clean. I'd be ashamed to mess it all up and then.
I'm not gonna pull it out. And Jake is very. He's been pushing. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. I promised Jake, the guy who designed and built the box, that he wants to do. They've been to yank the stuff out of it and let him do like a refresh on it and see how we like it. Because we built all reality, and I can't even say anything negative about it, which I have not. But the port and everything, we made that to where we can make adjustments, and I've just been so busy and all that stuff, we've just not done anything. So like the port screws in, so it's meant that we were to take it, shrink it, make it bigger, smaller, whatever.
Nice. Well, that's kind of what you want to do, because you don't know for sure till you have it.
I want to shrink the port area some. I know I do, because it's tuned at 43 hertz right now. I really think I would legitimately like it a lot at like 38, 37 hertz, something like that.
Yeah, because I think if you just shrink it, it should lower it.
Yeah, just shrinking the port area will lower the tuning. But at the right now, ask Joe, it like 26 hertz, pretty freaking good. If I can get that down to where I can like have about the same bandwidth at like 25, 24, something like that, I think I'd be pretty freaking sick. Because like 26, you're still dwarf shit like that. Yeah. But once you do like 23, 22, 21, it gets to where you still hear it and stuff's still moving, but it rolls off pretty fast.
Yeah, if you cut the port down, you're gonna lose top end. So.
Yeah, but dude, freaking 55 hertz in my truck, not comfortable right now. Like,
right. And it might help. Yeah, technically, when you shrink the port, you'll lose SPL and you'll lose a higher, like Joe said, higher frequency. But then if the port's too big and it helps it could make you louder and just what you want. But it's nice you can adjust that.
Little wind. That's the reason I want to round it over too, is see if I can get a little wind by rounding the port over square right now.
Yeah, you could definitely do that because you can get chuffing or whatever around the sharp edges there. But that's being.
I don't really notice that much port noise, and a lot of people actually give me compliments on how like accurate they are, responsive they are. But I think I would gain. We need to just play with it some before I yank it all out. I don't want to cut it $1,000 in birch right now, to be honest with you.
Right.
But that's the only thing I was told from Joe from the beginning. I was like, bro, that's $1,000 in birch. I just put in that. But and I bought it right in the balls deep middle of it being sky high too. Okay, so it's like I'm gonna enjoy that for a little while. Okay.
All right.
It's only wood. Just cut it.
Yeah.
It's nothing.
Touche. I like having it as a C-pillar though. I think I need a first gen Pathfinder, a Nissan Pathfinder 2-door is what I need for a flat wall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as long as you can get an alternator for it, it's fine. If you can't get alternators for it, don't buy the car.
We know the guys that can get you the alts.
Anybody. We got between what's the Ohio generator guy? I forgot off the top of my head.
DJ and Tom cool. From Ohio Gen either. Yeah, DJ's got his own company now. He's doing his he's got it.
Oh wow, good.
Yeah, heck yeah, man. He just made his first one. It was like a 370.
Cool.
Heck yeah. Not sure what it's for, but
I want a black first gen 2-door Nissan Pathfinder with a flat wall. Let's see. It doesn't even have to be black, but
812s. Put 812s in it.
Well, no, that's what we're doing for the Nissan, bro. The pickup truck's getting that. I just want a Pathfinder, okay, a 2-door Pathfinder.
Just to drive around.
Just to drive around with a wall in it. No, but this is what driving a Pathfinder's like, dude. That's what it's like driving a first-gen Pathfinder everywhere you go.
You're always off the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah. Popping wheelies.
That's what we're talking about doing with the hard body pickup, though, Andy. Is it was either 16 10s or 16 12, either one, and 8 on each amp.
Yeah.
Like, we had that conversation last week, I think, or the week before.
That'll get down.
I'm excited.
It's gonna be nice.
I'm trying to find a 5.3. I've been looking at every one of my crusty shops in my right to find a 5.3 laying around, and I know I'm gonna find one.
Oh, it'll pop up when we're ready. Don't worry.
Oh yeah. Well, there's a 4.8. I couldn't find a 4.3, but I found a truck 4.8. I'd almost settle for the truck 4.8 too, because like a Silverado, like a 03, 04 Silverado 4.8 liter, same thing as a 5.3 with like a smaller cylinder bore. It's like comparing a 305 to a 350 pretty much. But I can get that one pretty cheap. But I really want a 5.3 just for that little extra added displacement for not any more money, because there's 50 gajillion of them out there.
So we're gonna have a lot of alternators on this, so we need the extra.
Mechman. Yeah. Is what we're gonna put on there. Oh, I thought you were saying what alternators?
No, a lot of alternators. So.
Because did you sell your 3 bracket or no?
Which one? I have 2 3 brackets.
The one you took off last.
Yes.
Gotcha. Well, it sounds like you have another one then.
I do.
Yeah. So we'll count on using that one.
No problem.
Because 3 alternators should be enough for that. And I'm not gonna do 40,000 watts. We're doing cheap subs and cheap amps, stuff like that. So I'm not gonna need that much.
We'll see.
Think about it. Even if we did the intro level like Sundown E's, they're like 350 watts RMS a piece. If we rank 8 of those on like 1 7500, 2 7500s is not going to need 700, 800 amps to freaking, amplify. I mean, alternator going into it. I don't think.
You should be okay with your battery. Lithium. You'll be all right.
That's what I'm saying. Like 100 amp hour LTO with 3, like 3,
2 of them,
320, something like that.
1 alternator per bank. Yeah, should be okay.
It'll be fine. But on that note, guys, this has been Rolling Thunder episode 21. We got CigarJoe hanging out with us. We got Andy with us. And I'm not trying to cut it off short, but we're over the mark already. And you guys got anything you want to do before we wrap this bad boy up?
No, thanks to everybody for coming.
Yeah, we had a good turnout tonight. Thanks for everybody in the chat. We still got almost a full room. We got almost about the same people as watching the whole time. I want to thank Dave and his wife Larissa. We got 14 4-volt chat. All the other guys, Colby, the other guys on YouTube hanging out. Looks like mostly YouTube tonight in the chat. We've had a couple guys on Facebook, but it's been a good episode. I figured we'd just do a shoot the breeze one, hang out a little bit, talk about car audio. We talk about cars more than anything. I rambled the most episodes, so
I'm
just sitting here quiet. That's okay.
Yeah, but cool. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up, guys. I hope everyone has a fantastic weekend. Next weekend we might have to figure out something. You want to do? You want to commit to it now? You want to do a scrapyard baseboards for Halloween special? What do you want to do next week?
I'm down.
I don't really care if we have a guest on or not next week or not.
That's fine. That's cool.
I've been wanting to do a scrapyard baseboards for a little bit.
Maybe bring in a guest.
We're slacking. We're slacking.
You want to maybe bring in a guest out of the audience?
I was thinking about bringing a guest in and see if what's his face, Hispanic guy. I can't think of the top of my tongue right now. I've been on twice now. What's his name? Chris Farah.
Oh yeah, I was just talking to him today. Yeah.
I think Chris would be good to join us because him and Casey haven't really got to hang out yet, and they're both the Best Buy install bay gurus. So I'd be like, we'll get. I don't know if we should have Chris. We might have Casey judge one for once. Be like, hey, buddy, you're doing judging for once, or have Chris. And by the way, 25 Hertz, stop calling him COVID Chris. He's not COVID Chris. He does not like being called COVID Chris. It's frustrating to him. So please, out of respect, I'm going to ask you to please stop calling him COVID Chris. It's the only time I've asked you not to do anything. If you didn't like being called something, I would stick up the same thing for you and say, hey, he doesn't like being called that. I don't expect you to do the same thing to me if somebody's telling me something I don't like. But at any rate, before I ramble on being a 25 Hertz dad here, which I don't like to be, but gentlemen, guys, ladies and gentlemen, have a good evening. I hope everyone has a killer weekend. I appreciate everyone's time and thank you for hanging out with us. We'll catch you guys next week. I guess we're doing a scrapyard baseboards for episode 22.